Hello everyone, this is Professor Pawan Shwankar and I welcome you in a 42nd lecture of Control System Engineering. And still we are going through unit number 5, root locus. So the very last numerical for this unit is sketch root locus for g of s into h of s equal to k by s plus 4 s square plus 4s plus 20. So for this numerical let us calculate number of poles and zeros. So इस न्यूमेरिकल में पोल जितनी s की वैल्यूज डिनोमिनेटर में है वही, सो 1 2 and as this is a quadratic equation, so we will get two values, more two values for s. So completely we have 4 poles and the values of poles are 0, -4. Then if you solve this quadratic equation, so we will get complex conjugate pair as -2 plus 2i and -2 minus 2i, sorry, -2 plus 4i and -2 minus 4i. So this is a complex conjugate pair. So 4 poles we have and we don't have any 0, so z is equal to 0. Now number of branches of root locus will be denoted by n. So number of root locus will be the maximum number among pole and 0. So bigger is 4, so number of root locus will be 4. Then out of 4 branches of root locus, how many branches will approach to infinity? So hence number of branches approaching to infinity given by p minus z, so equal to 4 minus 0 equal to 4. That means all branches of root locus will approach to infinity. Not a single branch will end because we don't have any 0, and our rule said root locus always start from pole and end on 0. So 4 root locus will start, but none of them will end because we don't have 0. All will go to infinity. After that, region of root locus. So existence of root locus, or you can say region of root locus. So existence of root locus. So let us consider this S plane and mark all the poles. So first pole is at 0, -4, then -2 plus 4i and -2 minus 4i. Suppose 0, then suppose -4 here, all are the poles, so mark it by cross. Then -2 plus 4i, so -2 on x-axis and 4 on y-axis. So suppose, just a minute, suppose 0 1 2 3, so suppose here 2 1 3 and 4. So 2 -2 plus 4, suppose here, and -2 minus 4i, suppose here. So this is a -2 plus 4i and -2 minus 4i. Okay, now for checking root locus existence, consider region infinity to 0, then 0 to -4 and -4 to minus infinity. So in first region 0 to infinity, how many poles and zeros are available here? Not a single pole or not a single 0. So from infinity to 0, this is a non-root locus region. Get it? Then 0 to -4, from 0 to -4, if you consider any point here or anywhere between 0 to -4, and on right hand side of that considered point, if we found odd number of poles and zeros, so that region will be considered as root locus region. So on this on the right hand side of this point, number of pole is 1 is odd figure, so this is a root locus region. Got it? Now the next region is -4 to -infinity. -4 to -infinity, if we count number of poles and zeros on the right hand side of this considered point, suppose this, so 1 and 2 is even figure, so this is a non-root locus. Clear? Now next step is asymptotes. So asymptotes. So angle, first of all, angle of asymptote, angle theta is equal to, theta is given by formula twice q plus 1 into 180 divided by p minus z, where q is 0, 1, 2, 3 up to p minus z minus 1, that is a formula for q. So p minus z is 4 minus 0, that is a 4, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So values of q are 0 to 3. So q is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. We have to reach up to 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Consider the 0 value also. So 4 values we have for the q. So put up all these values one by one for the formula of theta. We will get 4 angles for q is equal to 0, then q is equal to 1, q is equal to 2 and q is equal to 3. Hence theta 1 is equal to 2 into 0, 0 plus 1, that is 1, 1 into 180, 180 divided by 4. So 180 divided by 4, that is a 45 degree. Okay, then theta 2. Now put q is equal to 1. So 2 into 1, that is 2 plus 1, 3. 3 into 180 divided by 4. 3 into 180 by 4, if you calculate on calci, you will get 135 degree. Okay, then theta 3 for the value of 2. I am putting q is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3 one by one, and we will get accordingly values. So when we put q is equal to 2, so 2 into 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So 5 into 180 by p minus z, that is 4 minus 0, 0. Sorry, 4 minus 0, 4. So 5 into 180 by 4. Okay, 5 into 180 by 4, you will get value 225 degree. And lastly theta 4 for the q is equal to 3. So 2 into 3, 6 plus 1, 7 into 180 by 4. So 7 into 180 by 4, value is 315 degree. So in this way we got 4 asymptote, 45, 225, 135 and 45, 135, 225 and 315. So wherever we get a sigma, suppose this is sigma, so from sigma we will draw 4 asymptote at 45, then at 135, then at 225, 225 and lastly 315. Okay, 225. Now the next step is to calculate sigma, location of asymptote, exactly from which point we should draw all these 4 angles. So next step is sigma. Sigma is location of asymptote, and the formula is summation of real part of pole minus summation of real part of 0. We don't have that, so I am not writing that. Summation of real part of pole minus summation of real part of 0. We don't have 0, so you can skip that, divided by p minus z. So summation of real part of pole look at these values, 0, minus 4, and these are two values, minus 2 plus 4i and minus 2 minus 4i. So from this pair values comes out 0, minus 4, minus 2 and minus 2. Okay, so summation of real part of pole will be 0 plus minus 4 plus minus 2 plus minus 2 minus summation of real part of 0 that we don't have. Okay, divided by p minus z, that is 4 minus 0, 4 minus 0, 4. So calculate this, minus 4 minus 2 minus 2, so minus 4 minus 2 minus 6, minus 6 minus 2 minus 8, minus 8 by 4, so you will get minus 2. So we got sigma as minus 2. Okay, now what is next? Next is breakaway point. Next step is break away point. For breakaway point, first step is characteristic equation, and that is 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. Okay, one plus g of s h of s equal to 0. So just let us calculate it. 1 plus g of s into h of s is k by s plus 4, then s square plus 4s plus 20 equal to 0. Now let us solve all these brackets, just simply multiply. So s into s square plus 4s. Okay, so 1 plus k by s square plus 4s, multiplication of single s and bracket complete, and the next bracket is s square plus 4s plus 20. So we'll get multiplication of these two bracket. Okay, so multiplication of these two bracket with 1 and this 1 into k. So I'm directly jump to the last step, that is multiplication of these two. So s square into s square, s raised to 4 plus 4s cube plus 20s square plus, now multiply 4s by s square plus 4s plus 20. So 4s into s square, that is 4s cube plus 4s into 4s, that is 16s square plus 4s into 20, that is 80s. So this is a multiplication of these two bracket into 1. So same step, plus k. Okay, divided by same bracket. So if we equate with a 0 or multiply with a 0, so we'll get equal to 0. So s raised to 4 plus 4s cube plus 4s cube. So again rewriting, s raised to 4 plus 4s cube, that is 8s cube plus 20s square, 16s square, so 36s square plus 80s plus k equal to 0. So this is your characteristic equation, complete characteristic equation. Now for breakaway point, next step number 2 is write the equation for the value of k. So k equal to minus of s raised to 4 plus 8s cube plus 36s square plus 80s equal to 0. And lastly, differentiate above equation and equate with 0. So dk by ds equal to 0 simply. So just derive it. S raised to 4, derivative of s raised to 4 is 4s cube plus 8 into 3 24 s square plus 36 into 2 that is 72 s plus 80 equal to 0. So differentiation is completed. Now value of this equation gives us valid breakaway point. So as you can see here, this is a cube equation. So just simply solve this equation on a calci or by synthetic division method. We will get 3 value of s. Okay, 3 values, because as this is a cube equation, this equation gives us 3 s values, 3 roots. So after solving that, we will get s equal to -2, then one complex conjugate pair is there, -2 plus 2.45 I and -2 minus 2.45 I. So among these we need to find out valid breakaway point. So as this is a complex conjugate, we'll talk on this later on. Let us get whether the -2 is a valid breakaway point or not. So -2, check in root locus region. 0 to -4 is root locus region, and -2 comes at, suppose, exactly at -2. So this is a valid breakaway point. Okay, so this is valid breakaway point. Okay, as this is a complex pair, so leave it. Rather we can talk on this after numerical. Okay, now next part is after breakaway point, intersection with imaginary axis. So for intersection with imaginary axis, consider which equation? Characteristic equation. So s raised to 4 8s cube 36s square plus 80s plus k. S raised to 4 plus 8s cube plus 36s square plus 80s plus k equal to 0. Now we need to arrange roots array. So highest power is s raised to 4, then 3, 2, 1 and 0. And the values are 1, then 36, skip one value, write down the alternate values. So 1, 36, then leave 80, write down k, then s cube values, so 8, then 80 and 0. Now this part, 8 into 36 minus 80 divided by 8. I repeat, 8 into 36 minus 1 into 80 divided by 8, we will get 26. I have already calculated this. Try it or check it on calci. 8 into 36 minus 1 into 80 divided by 8, then 8 into k minus 1 into 0 divided by 8. So 8k by 8 get cancelled, so simply k remain. Next, 26 into 80 minus 8 into k divided by 26. So 26 into 80 gives us 2080. 2080 minus 8k divided by 26. Here 26 into 0 minus 8 into 0 divided by 26, so 0. And here this whole term 2080 minus 8k by 26 into k, okay, minus 26 into 0, 0 divided by again same term. So same term divided by same term into k, only k will remain. Now calculating k marginal value, so considering this row s raised to 1 row, so s raised to 1 row 2080 minus 8k divided by 26 equal to 0. So this becomes 0. 2080 is equal to 8k. So simply k equal to 2080 by 8. Okay, 2080 by 8. It gives 260. This is a k marginal value. K marginal value. And from s raised to 2 row we will get auxiliary equation. So s raised to 2 row auxiliary equation 26 s square plus k, and k is 260 equal to 0. So s square, if we divide whole equation by 26, so s square plus 260 by 26 gives you 10 equal to 0, and hence s equal to under root of minus 10, so plus minus 3.16 I. Rather, this is a frequency 3.16 radian per second. So on imaginary axis, intersection of root locus is at a point of 3.16 I, plus and minus. Okay, and the last step is angle of departure. For angle of departure, phi d, formula is 180 minus phi. So how we are calculating phi d? Considering S plane, that graph, mark all the poles and zeros. So 0, then suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 4 will be here. Then minus 2 plus 4i, suppose here, and minus 2 minus 4i, suppose here. Clear? I am writing value minus 2 plus 4i and minus 2 minus 4i. Then if we decide to calculate phi d at this pole, so connect remain pole with a straight line. Okay, and count the angle with a horizontal. Suppose this is the first pole to connect it. Suppose this is a phi p1, as this is angle made by pole phi p1. Suppose this is the second, so this is phi p2. This is a third pole and this is a horizontal, so this is angle is phi p3. So let us calculate all the angles now. Phi p1 will be this 90 plus this remain angle theta. For this theta I am considering this triangle, so theta is tan inverse of opposite by adjacent. So opposite is, this value is on axis, so 2, and this value is 4. So tan inverse of only this angle, so tan inverse of 2 by 4, or we can say 1 by 2 plus 90 by 90 this angle, because phi p1 is combined this angle. So tan inverse 1 by 2 is 26.56. So 26.56 plus 90 gives us 116.56 degree. Now next is phi p2. You can see here phi p2 is exactly 90 degree, and last one is phi p3. Phi p3 is tan inverse of opposite is, this is a phi p3, so opposite is 4, on y-axis we gone up to 4, and adjacent is, here it is a 2 and this is a 4, so this adjacent value is 2, so 4 by 2, opposite is 4, adjacent is 2, so tan inverse 4 by 2 or simply 2, so tan inverse 2 is 63.43 degree. So combinedly phi, hence phi will be 5p1 plus 5p2 plus 5p3. We know the formula. Phi is summation of angle made by pole and minus summation of angle made by 0. So summation of angle made by pole are 116.56 plus 90 plus 63.43. So phi will be 269.99. Phi is 269.99 and phi d is 180 minus phi, so 180 minus 269.99, so we'll get minus 89.99 degree, or 89.99 is quite, it is exactly 90 degree but minus, so phi d is 90 degree and minus. Okay, so let us draw the root locus now. So marking all the poles, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, so minus 4 here, then sigma is at minus 2, so this is a sigma, then poles are, complex poles are minus 2 plus 4i, so 1, 1, 2, 3 and suppose 4 here. Then 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is minus 2 plus 4i and this is minus 2 minus 4i. Now this is a asymptote, a location of asymptote. Now the angles, theta 1 is 45 degree, then theta 3 is 225 degree, then theta 2 is 135 degree, and theta 4 is 315 degree. Okay, now the valid breakaway point is again minus 2, so this is breakaway point is equal to minus 2. Then intersection with imaginary axis point is 3.16. Yeah, it is a 3.16. So 1, 2, 3. Suppose here. So 3.16. We can see. We can write here like omega n equal to 3.16 radian per second, because this is nothing but the frequency, and we got this value at k marginal equal to 260. Likewise on the lower part of S plane, 1, 2, 3, suppose here. So omega n equal to 3.16 radian per second at k marginal equal to 260. So this is all completely constructional part. Now let us draw the root locus, exact root locus. So I am just changing the ink color. Now the one more part is there, phi d, angle of departure. that need to shown here. At this point we have calculated phi d, and from horizontal we got this angle as at 90 degree. This is a phi d, okay, equal to 90 degree, as we got minus 90 degree, so exactly below. And as far as this pole is concerned, that phi d will be positive 90 degree. Phi d is equal to 90 degree. Okay, now this is a constructional part. Now let us draw root locus. So first, this is a pole and this is a pole. This is non-root locus region, this is root locus region. So from this root locus region, this pole will travel in this direction, and from this pole root locus will travel in this direction, because again after -4 this is a non-root locus region. So by keep traveling, both branches will collide at breakaway points, which is at -2. So here they will collide, which is known as a breakaway point, and they will split like this, and they will split. So what will happen after splitting? They will approach to infinity along the asymptotes through intersection point. So from this point and from this lower point, they have to pass along the asymptote. Likewise, this root locus will pass through this intersection along this asymptote. Now there are two more poles. So from this complex pole, root locus will depart at 90 degree as the angle of departure. So it is departed at 90 degree, and from this pole root locus will depart at 90 degree. After that they will follow remain asymptotes. So 135 and 225 are the remain asymptote. So after departing at 90 degree, they will turn and go to asymptote along the asymptote. They will go to infinity along the asymptote. Okay, and likewise this is a remain asymptote 225. So from this pole, root locus is starting at 90 degree, and this will follow this asymptote. So this is a complete solution for given numerical. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.